you guys remember when With Love Meghan came out, and there was a discourse on social media, especially on X, if whether King Charles, Camilla, William, and Kate were going to binge the show. There's that. And people kept saying there's a divide as always. The derangers kept saying, oh, Kate will never, William will never. They've got a lot of things to do. They have so much work. They don't have time for such mediocre and authentic shows. And then we have another group, the Sussex squad, which is like, hey, they are super, super obsessed with Meghan and Harry. Of course they're going to watch. I'm sure they've watched. So there was this discourse. People kept going on and on and on. Like, they're going to watch. They're obsessed. How else are they going, especially with Kate and William, how else are they going to mimic what Meghan does? They have to watch so they know what to copy. If it's Kate, be it fashion, be it, how to say. What if she's going to also start making rainbow fruit platters? They have to. And now, so In Touch came out and said, Princess Kate thinks With Love Meghan is harmless and a positive thing. Like that, the title itself should just tell you, oh, she watched. The Rangers. When do you guys, this week has been so amazing. Like, good news back to back. Oh, they wanted Harry to be deported. Jokes on you. The documents, they got a censored blackout. Everything was heavily redacted. He is here to stay. Meghan podcast announcement, and people were just going on. Meghan's classic comeback with Amanda Hart. Everything has just been, this week we're spoiled, and I'm happy. I'm just happy because everything, the ranges are on a chokehold, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sight to see. So the Princess of Wales surprised a lot of people in January when she went solo to the Royal Marsden Hospital and announced that she had been treated for cancer there in 2024 and that she was now in remission. What was also surprising at that time was the timing. Kate went to the hospital on January 14th, the day before With Love Meghan was originally supposed to be released. If you guys can recall, Meghan was supposed to release With Love Meghan in January, but she postponed it to March because of the LA wildfires. I don't know if you guys can recall that. So as we've noted many times, listen, it does feel like Kate has been out and about more than planned this year, specifically because the Duchess of Sussex has been much more visible too in recent months. There definitely seemed to be a thrown together plan for the Windsors to attack Meghan, even sending Jason North. They sent Jason North to do an interview, like I think a week before the show came out, to reignite these bullying accusations. In a way, they just wanted something, to take the Meghan's light away to overshadow the show. Jason North went on camera interview for no specific reason other than bringing up the stupid bullying narrative. And then what was also so bizarre to me is that the royalist effort to derail or harm Meghan came when she was promoting an easy breezy cooking lifestyle show. That's it. She wasn't spiraling all about the Windsors. She wasn't throwing Molotov cocktails at Buckingham Palace. She was just cooking for her friends on camera. And the Windsors and the media allies were launching a full-scale assault like it was Oprah Interviews Part 2. Well, so here In Touch Weekly claims that the Princess of Wales in particular now realizes that With Love Meghan is just harmless fluff and no one should be worried about it. I hope after this, even by just reading the title from Touch Weekly, you can just realize that your biggest haters keenly put tabs on you. They have to watch you. Because how else are they going to satisfy their hatred? They have to watch what you're up to. So here's what Touch Weekly said. Is everyone at the palace binging Netflix? A source exclusively reveals to In Touch that the royal family is divided over Meghan Markle's new Netflix show With Love Meghan. While some members of the farm, like King Charles, Queen Camilla, and Prince William, aren't watching all that. Seriously, William, the one who's super, super obsessed with Meghan, you're telling me he's not watched? And we have articles back to back about Meghan's show. He's the one person I'm sure he already binged it. Come on. Says the source, Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, who have maintained friendship with their cousin Prince Harry and Meghan, have been very complimentary and supportive. But the most surprising reaction came from Princess Kate Middleton, says the source. She isn't making a fuss about it, but there's a sense of relief that Meghan is putting her energy into something that steers far away from speaking about the family or stirring up controversy. The source reveals of the princess, who was infamously implicated in an early copy of the Dutch edition of the 2023 book Endgame as one of the royals to allegedly make racist comments towards Meghan. Kate shares her sister-in-law's interest in gardening, baking, and beekeeping, notes the source, and from her view, this show is harmless and should be seen as a positive thing. Funny how, why can't she just come forward and admit to that? She won't come forward, but she's sending people. Oh, I don't want people to think I'm copying, but I'm very supportive of my sister-in-law. I know we don't talk, there's a rift between his husband and my husband, but it's not harmless. But you have already watched, and trust me, I know. What's his name? Prince William has watched it already. They are so fixated on this. Harry and Meghan live rent free in Kate and William's minds, and I'm sure William already watched it alone, just watching, so he can tell people, "Oh, my wife can also make a very beautiful fruit rainbow platter." Oh, the tea. Have you guys tried my wife's hibiscus tea? It's amazing. The way he made fun of Meghan's jam by saying Kate's jam recipe is amazing. It's delicious. It's just funny to me because it's hypocrisy. You watch just to hate. Now he's like, oh, it's positive. There's no harm in that. As long as she's not talking about the royal family, about us, it's fine. And I remember there's also this discourse where people really wanted Meghan to write a tell-all memoir book about the royal family. And Kate and William were just worried. They have a lot to hide. So that if Meghan decides to do that, and I think that's why they're also secretly rooting for the show to do well. Because there's this royal expert who claimed if the show does not do well, Meghan might decide to write a book. Because she knows that the book, like how Spare did well, if Meghan writes a memoir, game over. And they don't want that to happen. So I said before, I believe King Charles will skip with Love Meghan. I mean, I'm 50-50 about that. He may or may not. But Camilla will probably watch it with a stiff drink and a smirk. And like I said, William and Kate have already watched the series. Separately, of course, and for completely different reasons. Kate watch it for ideas. Tell you, copycat Kate strikes again. Watched it for fashion ideas, inspo and event planning. I guarantee that Kate will be copy king parts of With Love Meghan in future engagements. William watched it for other reasons. We know why. Because he's just so obsessed with Meghan. And then as for Kate reportedly thinking that the whole thing was harmless, again, I have to wonder if the Windsors and the media allies understand that they look absolutely bonkers when they launched these attacks on Meghan for a peaceful little entertaining show. If you take Meghan cooking crepes as an existential threat to the monarchy, what does that say about the monarchy? A harmless cooking show put people in shambles. A harmless. Mind you, she was just happy doing her thing, delightfully, joyfully doing her thing. And people just were hating on it. For just because she's cooking, hosting her friends, they could not stand that. So here are some of the comments, and I love reading your comments. So blogger says Willie is watching it and is posting on forums how much he hates each episode. Katie binge watches it with Carol so they can say their fruit platter is better than Meghan's. Camilla drinks a shot every time she sees edible flowers. Chuck is asking his minions to watch it so they can add more match to the Dutchy Organics line. And then Sugar replies, I think it'd be easy enough to spot Willie's sock puppet accounts on the Aston Villa forums. Oh my god. So it says they're all watching it. I want to see who is going to be the first Windsor in their vegetable garden with their wicker basket. And then Sunnyside says, Willie doth protest too much. Methinks. Becca says, Charles is absolutely watching it. I think he might enjoy some parts. The honey, the candle making, the episode with Alice Water. He'll never admit that to anyone, though. And then Lord says, I think Will is watching because Meghan is glamorous and he fancies her, which I think are the heart of all these issues with her. How can this insignificant useless little brother who will never be king get such a gorgeous, glamorous, talented, hardworking, and frankly sexy woman when he can't, despite the fact he's going to be king someday? Your comments are hilarious. And then Catherine says, bingo, Meghan is the root of Willie's frustration. If he did not care about Meghan, he would indifferent instead of lurking online and watching her every move. I'm so happy that these comments always turn me up. They're so funny. Like, you guys are just so funny. I love Kaiser's takes on this article, so you can read Kaiser. His stuff is amazing. The things he writes are amazing. So that girl there says, Princess Kate Middleton says the soul. She isn't making a fuss about it, but there's a sense of relief that Meghan is putting her energy into something that she is far away from speaking about the family or stirring up controversy. F you. It's harmless is a backhanded compliment. If any of this is truly from her, she can seriously F off. Oh my god. So guys, that's it. Kate that finds with love Meghan's show harmless. As long as Meghan is not talking about the royal family, it's harmless. That's a backhanded compliment. So that's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Miraj. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share this video. Until then, stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.